The Owo history is a very complicated history, very deep, but very complicated. And most historians they shy away from our history, and I feel mainly because they do not want to misrepresent facts. Because the position that Owo had in the history of Yoruba land is a very strategic position, often playing middleman between the Yoruba land and kingdoms outside the Yoruba land. But for those who are trying to look for or trying to know one or two about the kingdom of Owo, this video is going to explain or say some things that might just give you an insight to the kingdom of Owo and the Owo people in general. So, our kingdom, according to history, was founded around 1100 AD. The place called Owo has existed way before then, and the founder of our kingdom is Ujugbelu Arere, who was said to have migrated from Ile-Ife. And the son of Ujugbelu Arere was Olowo Imade. And our kingdom at oftentimes were in constant conflict with the kingdom of Benin, because at a point when the Benin kingdom became powerful, the Benin kingdom started expanding and tried to, expand their territory. So that causes a lot of conflict between the people of Owo and the Benin kingdom. But the Owo people thought it wise to enter a diplomatic agreement with the Benin Kingdom. What happened was a diplomatic relationship that fostered between the Kingdom of Owo and the Kingdom of Benin for many centuries until this relationship was ended by Olowo Oshoboye. I've said the story of Olowo Oshoboye in my previous episode, so that's that. So after Owo, became autonomous from Benin Kingdom, and I just want to chip this in. Owo is not under Benin Kingdom. Owo has stopped existing under the shadow of Benin Kingdom for a very long time. Yeah, the chiefs in Owo, when they pay homage to the Olowo of Owo. The people of Owo, the chiefs in Owo, they pay homage to the Olowo of Owo. So at a point when Owo also became a very powerful kingdom, they also engaged in their own military expansion of territory. So they expanded towards some areas in Akoko in Ondo State, towards some areas in Ekiti in Ondo State, towards some areas at the borderline of Edo State. Most of the influence at the borderline of Edo State came from the Owo kingdom through trades, through intermarriage, and sometimes some military campaign towards that area. The people of Owo are known as Omolowo. The rulers of Owo are called Olu of Owo or the Olowo. And the Olowo is a title given to the rulers of Owo, formed from the word Owo. So Owo or Owo, OWO or OGWO means the same thing, is not different. So it means the same thing in Benin language. It also means the same thing in Yoruba language. For Benin people that always want to say that the Owo is a Benin word, the Owo is not a Benin word. The Oba of Benin did not give the Owo people the name Owo. That name Owo is also associated with a deity that is being worshipped in our kingdom. And the name Owo was given to the first Olowo when they gave birth to him, where he was called Omo Owo. And when he was given birth, they told the parents then that the throne of Oduduwa, the same respect must be given to the child. That is why they call him Omo, a child of respect, a child of honor. And that name is what the first Olowo carried and started bearing up to this moment. And the people of Owo are also called the Omo Owo or Omolowo. The Owo people also exist outside of our kingdom in Ondo State. The Owo kingdom, the Owo people exist in some parts in Edo State. They also exist in some parts in Delta State. And the Owo people are one of the finest ivory art makers, and their expertise was being appreciated at the court of Benin Kingdom. So there's a probability that most of the ivory artworks that are being termed as Benin artworks were probably made by our artisans, because they were the ones that was making those ivory artworks for the Benin kings. Ivory is one of the major things that the our people were creating. While the Benin people were using bronze, the our people were master ivory carvers. Some museums in European countries whereby some artifacts will be misrepresented as Benin artifacts, but then we look at the label that is on the artifact, and then the artifact is going to say Owo. Yeah, we've seen some of those artifacts like that. So that's why we believe that many of these ivory works, though Owo was not invaded, those ivory works were invaded in Benin. But what we are seeing is that a lot of those ivory works were made by Owo artisans working in Benin at that time. Owo was a very big and powerful city-state of the Yoruba people and controlled the trade route between the eastern Yoruba land towards the Benin Kingdom. So trades that was coming from the Benin passed through Owo, and the one coming from Owo, from the eastern Yoruba land, passed through Owo to Benin. So that strategic location that our kingdom occupied gave them an edge and made Owo to become a very rich, successful, and powerful kingdom.